Hey everybody, welcome. We are going to jump into an MTG Arena draft. The Arena Cube is up. I guess we just call it the Arena Cube. I don't know if it's legit historic. I don't know if there are cards that are banned in historic in this cube or if it's technically an historic cube. But regardless, it is definitely the Arena Cube, the Winter 2020 edition, that is. They update it every time they trot it back out. We tend to use a cube that is curated and maintained by our friend Dave Vero around here. David is our cube designer, but when Arena itself has a cube going, I do like to showcase what the Arena team is up to in their cubing, and so that's what we're going to do today. But in a kind of in a mixed bag, I'm going to draft it like we usually do with David's cube, which is to say on mtgadraft.herokuapp.com. So instead of jumping into the queues on Arena, where we have to pay gold and pay gems and have a negative EV on that in general, although, you know, offset by getting paid to play and everything. But here we get to do it for free as long as we have the wild cards for it, which I certainly do, and the folks who've jumped into to do this with me have, and we get to craft what we need to play. We're going to draft on this third-party website, export our decks into Arena, and use the friend challenge system to battle. We're going to play best of one today, so it's like an impromptu gauntlet, just like a Friday gauntlet with the actual Arena cube. And but I'm getting to play with my friends here on stream. So it's the best of both worlds. YouTube, you get to see what this Arena Cube is actually about, but I get to play Magic with my friends here who are live now with me in chat. So it kind of works for everybody. I'm excited. And I'm going to hop over to the left monitor here. We'll take a look at what I've got set up. Oh, Warriors, hello. What is that even doing here?
Come out to play.
Huh. I can't even see which one is on. Free memes for everyone. There we go. All right, that's off now. Free meme for you, but here we are. Here's the MTGA draft site I'm talking about. I'm going to move this a little bit so you can see chat properly. And if you want to, by the way, these types of drafts are firing all the time in the Going Optimal Discord. If you want to get your free drafting in, get your draft practice in. Some people are pretty intimidated by spending gems and gold in Arena on draft if they're not experienced at it yet. You can come to the Discord and get some practice before you spend your hard-earned gems and gold on actual in-game events, right? So it's a great way to practice, great way to play with people you know, and a great way to play in pod. One thing that's different about this compared to what you're going to be seeing if you jump into a queue on Arena is that I'm going to be playing against people I drafted with. So it's even a little step better than what the system has to offer if you care about the sanctity of in-pod play, which we get to do here. So I'm going to do a ready check now. We're going to make sure everybody's good to go. And if everybody is good to go, we're going to fire off this draft, and I'm going to fire off my plug for Card Kingdom while we get this underway. Card Kingdom is my sponsor. They are purveyors of everything you need for your physical Magic game. If you want to do some in-pod drafting in your kitchen, you can build a cube from everything they have on MTG on cardkingdom.com and build your own awesome cube. Let's start the draft, though. Thank you, Card Kingdom. I'm also going to mention my other sponsor, Oni. I can't show his banner from this particular place, but I'm going to get to Oni in a minute. Let's talk this pick first. I'll do it here. What do we like? Let's look for build-arounds, or I like build-arounds or turn-by-turn value or linchpin cards from a specific archetype. That's what I'm looking for early. Demonic Pact looks like an interesting build-around, but I don't know how we build around that. Torrential Gearhulk is just incredible value. Flagship. This is the winningest card in Kaladesh Remastered Draft according to 17 Lands data. So, yeah, Bolt Boat kind of does. I mean, it forces you to be playing creatures, right? You can't just play so much control that you don't have the creatures to crew the thing. But for 5 colorless mana, it ETB and bolts something besides a face. And then you can crew to kind of keep doing it via attacking. It is a nice... So Gear Hulk, though, I'm so enamored by the Gear Hulk. It's so powerful, and taking it first. I mean, the problem with the Gear Hulk is that it's instance specifically. We're kind of used to spells, matter cards being instance or sorceries, and in this case, it's instance only. So we would have to keep that in mind. But being here first pick, we get to keep that in mind with our with the rest of the draft. So I'm going to go Gear Hulk. It's my preference. We're going to pass the flagship, which is super solid. Folio of Fancies is a build-around card. It's maybe, I don't know how much it goes with the Gear Hulk, but it's a plan. You know, you could we could be the evil Millers. Yeah, Sublime Epiphany is a great thing for the Gear Hulk. We could just grab a Thirst for Knowledge as a follow to that, but I kind of want to continue to draft Hardway here and look for the best card. Like, let's say if this were pick 1, what would we be taking? I don't think it would be Thirst, right? So let's be grown-ups and take something. Yeah, I like Folio as a build-around. Tezzeret is another build-around. Draw a card. If you control 3 or more artifacts, draw 2 cards instead. You know, so build-around, make artifacts. Build-around in that it's not just an abstractly powerful card. For example, Fatal Push is not a build-around. That's just a 1-for-1 removal spell. There's a lot of build-arounds in Cube, because to maximize anything in Cube, you need to think synergy, right? So Gear Hulk does work with Tezzy. That's a good point. We can take Tezzeret as a second pick. I certainly don't want to take Thirst just because we have Gear Hulk. I think it's too early to take the Thirst. But also, this is artifact base, so if we take Tezzeret and artifact creature, we could end up wheeling this to some effect, but probably, I don't know, blue is pretty popular in Cube. I kind of expect this to wheel. Vraska is also quite good. Yeah, David likes the breeding pool. That's also fair. But I like taking Tez. Let's take Tez. Good thing I like taking Tez, because I ran out of time. Speaking of lands, now we got a black-blue in Fetid Pools. We've got green-blue in Temple of Mystery, and another black-blue in Temple of Deceit. So we just take a temple here. This is not an instant. It contains an instant within it, but it is not an instant for what it's worth for Gear Hulk purposes. You like Temple of Deceit over Fetid Pools? That's kind of an interesting question. Would you rather have Cycle 2, also fetch ability, Island Swamp? I don't know if there's ability to fetch Island or Swamp, but it technically is findable. Temple of Deceit gives you the Scry. Interesting. Yeah, Downfall is a sorcery. I would like to get black removal that's instant speed if we're going to Gear Hulk it. Yeah, they're just basic fetches. That's what I mean. I don't think we can fetch with it, but I'm at least calling out that it does have that type, should it matter. Illyrios has been called. This is fine, right? I don't know. Cube is so powerful, this doesn't leap out to me as hyper relevant. But if we get tempo oriented, I wish there was something more artifact-y here. Cry has been called. That's a nice control pick, but I think I want to take a land and yeah, Epic is good. I'm just going to take a land though. I took the other one. Some people wanted the Scry land. I ended up on that one. Oh well. Champ of Wits is interesting. Cloud Blazer could be a pivot away from, we could do Esper control with Cloud Blazer. Poly is asked for. There's Midnight Reaper. If we stick with black, we could do black-blue tempo here, but that's not really where we're headed with these things. You like Karuga? That's true. I really didn't see this as a blue card, but technically Karuga is mono blue. I guess that's all we've got so far. Are we ever companioning this? We just want to play this as Blink, though, right? And if that's the case, do we even want to take this now? Maybe Champion of Wits is better if we're just trying to do that kind of draw thing. And Champ of Wits does the draw thing without needing another color like Cloud Blazer. Divine Visitation with Tez. I don't know. I'm kind of done trying to make Divine Visitation work. Every time I take this dang card, it does nothing for me. I'm gonna take Champ. Of course, Divine Visitation has wrecked me. I'm not saying it can't do anything. I'm saying it's pretty high variance, though, and I'm going to stick to something more consistent. No, it's that playing it again and again and again, Jinx, playing with it and against it many times has taught me that it's a very swingy card. That's not results-oriented. That's using results along with asking why. Why am I having these results? Oh, it's because this card is swingy. So what are we doing now? Sorry, we got we're kind of on a blue plan. We have a black land, but we're not married to that by any stretch. We can do anything we want here. I would like to stay blue, but we don't have any blue, so that's worth noting. Gotta lean somewhere here. We are looking to do creatures. We could just take the Primal Might. There was some blue-green stuff going by, but we do have, yeah, I guess we take Lily and lean a little bit more control-y. Lily seems okay with our fetid pools. Orzhov Enforcer could hold the ground a little bit. Edict is interesting, but probably not main deckable. I like Edict as a sideboard card, but it's not bad. I guess he'd main deck it. We'll try Lily, though. Sure, why not? Gonti, like a Gonti. Eldest Reborn, also powerful. What do you like, Gonti or Eldest Reborn here, I think, are what I'm looking at. Mythos is interesting, too. This is pretty powerful. I just like to be able to kick it, and we don't have really the ability to kick this. Yeah, that's true. Saheeli with Tez is a thing. I'm not sure how Tezzeret we are, though. I at this point, I think I'd rather take the Gonti and take the generically powerful control card, value card, as opposed to the high synergy card that I'm not 100% sure we're doing yet. Haj likes the Eldest. That's where I was at in terms of raw power. Eldest Reborn or Gonti as the power points. I'm going to take Gonti. That was my instinct, but I'm with you, Haj. That was my other consideration, is that Eldest. And I think the other call out was fair too. Tutelage. Well, there's not much else here. Kind of can be a win plan for us. Radiantware likes Obliterator. If we were mono black, maybe. Sigiled Sword, let's see. I don't think I want Sword. I think we want to be more control-y than this at this point. It's just another card that fails to live up to its hype consistently enough to be, in my opinion, good in Cube. It's not that it doesn't do its thing sometimes. It's just that it often is very, very... You're really bending over backwards to play a card that then gets snap-killed. And you're like, oh. Yeah, you really rarely feel that about Gonti either. I'm going to take Tutelage. We'll see if we play it. Agonizing Remorse is a nice control card. So is Maze Mind Tome. It's an artifact if we do the Tez thing, though. This has been a really powerful card in Standard, doing a lot of interesting stuff. I really have come to love this design. The fact that you can scry right away for nothing, you can invest to actually draw a card. The 4 life is not nothing against life against aggro decks. You know, you're getting that 4 life back against mono red. So I really like the tome a lot here. Traxos could work in our deck if we are looking to be casting artifacts a bunch. But we're not really. I mean, we're casting. We have Gonti is a legendary, right? So it's legends and artifacts. So we have like planeswalkers. We actually have a fair number: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right now. Which of the Moors? Death Touch 4/4. Beginning of your end step, if you gained life this turn, each opponent sacrifices a creature. That's interesting, but it's very build around. What are we doing? Pat says we can worry about life gain later. This is really the deck for that? I'm going to take Traxos in case we end up heavy that direction. But I feel you, Hat. That's a reasonable pick. Hey, look, our Thirst came back, so that's a good sign. Let's take the Thirst and move more towards the artifact plan. All right, I think we're locking in on blue-black artifacts here. Blue-black artifact control. Temple comes back as well. Even the Epic Downfall and the Cry came back. We were considering all 3 of these cards first time around, so now tell me what to do, gang. Cry is strong here, and just like maybe Cry, we take a Cry so that we can have this unique control ability. David likes the Downfall. Haj likes the Downfall. I don't know. I think it's one of these 2 here. I'll go with David and Haj and take the Downfall, but I'm not sure about that one at all. Here's the Divine Visitation that nobody else wants to try either, apparently. We can take Curious Obsession. Maybe we run it. I mean, if we make a 1/1 Thopter, throwing an Obsession on it's not the worst. Cry and Downfall seems like it was a pretty close pick from chat's standpoint, and that's good. I mean, generally, I've said when you get a really tough pick, when it's really tough to figure out whether you want A or B, it's probably a good sign that it's a pretty darn close pick and is not going to impact your win EV hugely. I'm going to take this over Birth, although we could take Birth, and I mean, this isn't. I guess we're not doing that. We'll take Birth. Like, there's a world in which we end up Esper control. Like, our mana is just incredible or something, and we end up Esper control. I'm going to take the Rimrock. Both of these are quite value-rific. If there's a red drafter to our left, I'm going to take the Rimrock away from him, though. I'm not sure. Sword came back. We were talking about that one, too. At least Sword is an artifact. So is Skyclave Relic. We got a Shark Typhoon. Crystalline Giant, though. On plan. Prism and Egg would be nice, but we're going to hope for these on the wheel. I think it's Giant or Typhoon. Both are really good. I don't think we're not going to get either back. But Typhoon is a little less replaceable. Yeah, looks like chat's agreeing with me on that. We're also, yeah, we may be able to hard cast this for 6 and win off of casting planeswalkers and whatnot, because it's non-creature, right? Yeah, it's just non-creature, so even planeswalkers make a shark. I agree that that in the abstract, three for three, and then start getting lucky is low power. But we are doing the thing, right? I mean, it's synergistic for us too. So it's not just the power level, but hopefully maybe it's low power enough that it comes back around. But it's probably high power enough that somebody decides to slap it into their creature deck, just because whatever. It's a fine 3. I like that we're heading in a direction we haven't really been in, in a while that I can remember in Cube. I can't remember the last time I drafted Dimir Control in Cube. Blood Artist, not really what we're looking to do. Witch's Cauldron is an artifact, but also not what we're looking to do. Hagra Mauling, though, is exactly what we're looking to do. Doom Foretold is a fun build around that could be part of that Esper control package that I was saying is a possibility, but I'm not going to take that here. We could, maybe at Wheels or something. But this is a pretty easy Hagra Mauling. Nothing really close in terms of power and game plan. Doom Foretold is interesting, but again, we're not white yet. We would need to get a lot of, if we get some serious Esper fixing and there's the opportunity cost to take it is low, I could see us ending up there, but I'm trying to be 2-color here. Are all you Christians and Christian adjacent folks like me ready for Christmas? I'm sure not. Don't get your hopes up, Clara. It's going to be one of those years of promissory gifts. We're going to do something fun in July. That's your present. I seriously think those are the best presents. My favorite gift that I ever gave my daughter, I don't know if she's still listening, is the gift of a meal a month. We had a 1 year where every month we went out for a special adventure meal. Erebos's intervention is an instant, and that works well with Gear Hulk, except casting it without paying its cost means it actually doesn't work with Gear Hulk because you can't affect the X. So keep that in mind. Gear Hulk doesn't let you set X, so X instants don't count. But the clone is great, right? I didn't talk about that yet, but we're just going to take the Glasspool Mimic. These spell lands are good anyway, and Mimic's great. I mean, we play an island or we play a second Gear Hulk, Although as Gear Hulk, yeah, it enters the battlefield, so the Mimic works. You got to check. Certain triggers are cast. They happen when you cast the spell, and certain triggers are when the thing enters the battlefield. And Glasspool Mimic is going to give you the enters the battlefield stuff, but not the cast stuff, so you got to keep that in mind. Yeah, adventure meal means trying something new, trying something, a cuisine she's never experienced before, or a restaurant we've never experienced before. Like one of our big meals that year was kind of an expensive meal at the local premium steakhouse. Like we had a premium steakhouse meal, and it's not like she's never had steak before, but it was still a dining adventure to go and do it at such a posh place. Let's take the Mimic though. Arch is a good control card. Build up your permanents and then start drawing extra cards. Whisper for reanimation. Wizard for, again, just Spland power. Spland power is great. I think we're on there's Artisan that can technically be mono black. We also might splash Finality, like if we can get a green splash going, could splash Find Finality. Let's see. What do you think? I think I'm on Wizard or Arch here. Both are kind of free value cards. Both kind of take up a land slot. David doesn't like our options. I'm going to go with my Arch Gut here. Here's a temple and a godless shrine that represent the Esper mana that I was talking about, and the opportunity cost is pretty low, but there's a neutralize. I am enamored with the idea of getting into some white to really make this a sweet deck, you know, 3-color sweet control, but we got, you know, I can't justify passing a great control card like neutralize to dip into a 3rd color. Rob calls Serpent, also totally playable and totally fine, but I think this is more in plan for us and less replaceable, frankly. Stone Coil is a hyper flexible threat and goes in any deck looking to... Yeah, I would totally run this in this deck. I just think neutralize... it's the job thing again, right? What's the job of the Stone Coil Serpent in this deck, and can we hire other cards to do it for us? The answer is yes. There's a lot of other cards we could hire to do this job. This job, countering spells, only filled by blue cards in the cube and not many of them. So we're going to take the thing that's the job that's harder to fill, the role that's harder to fill in our deck. Zilidonio likes white-blue control. Sure, maybe so. We're not there. Skycave Apparition is a great white control card. Chart a Course, fine, but I'm going to take Censor. Same thing. Hard to replace. When you can force Spike on 2, it's great. And when you can cycle it when you realize you're never going to counter anything with this and replace it, that's great too. Censor it is. Yeah, we want Ant, like Birth right now is not in our deck. We want things we're happy to cast on turn 2. Epic Downfall, unlikely, although, yeah, in fact, with 3 or greater, almost impossible, unless we counter their 3-drop on the draw. So right now we only have 2 cards we're happy to cast on 2, plus some things like cycling a neutralize if we had to. But we do want to fill out this 2 slot. And to be fair, Chart a Course would have done that also, but it's not great card draw unless you are also being kind of aggro about it. Yeah, Skyclave is awesome. That card has shown its worth to me in just my dabbling in Standard. Disfigure, there's a great thing we can do on in the early turns. And Perilous Mirror, also, we can throw the Mirror down. Mirror is on plan in terms of being an artifact too. I like Disfigure's flexibility more. I think this is a better card in the abstract, Disfigure. But for our deck, I think Perilous Mirror is where we want. Yeah, I agree, David. It's Chart a Course is fine in any blue deck, even if you're not attacking and drawing 2. The card filtering is good enough, and sometimes putting things in the graveyard is what you want to be doing anyway. There's a lot of cool uses for Chart the Course. There are decks that would play Chart the Course, and even if they could attack and draw 2, would still cast it in its discard mode because the discard is actually important. Yeah, so is the Disfigure enough better than Perilous Mirror to take it over our artifact strategy? I'm going to go with my Perilous Mirror feeling. Maybe not. You're right. Maybe this Disfigure is too good. All right, I took the Disfigure, right? Yeah, last second Disfigure. Fair enough. Back for More is an instant. It takes green. The only other card... Their Foulmire Knight is good, though. Like, we could totally play Foulmire. But I'm very enamored by the idea of Back for Mooring Gearhulk. I mean, come on. Right? Right? I gotta back for more. It's a freaking Magic stream. I gotta try and back for more Gearhulk. I know that's greedy, but my hair's not even on the line today. I gotta try and back for more Gearhulk. All right. On the artifact front, we have a prism that we would cast on 2, or a Night Veil sprite that we would cast on 2 that really helps set up the rest of the game. But given that I just said I really want to try back for mooring a Gear Hulk, I better take the prism. I think sprite is better. I think you're right. But I'm really going to try and do this thing, so I'm going to take the prism. And Doom Foretold will take here, but probably not end up running. I'm going to move it out for now. I don't think we're going to play white. I don't know either, David. We're just in... I think the artifact thing is here, though. I'm going to push a little more towards the artifact side. I'm sad we don't have that mirror. I'm happy to have the disfigure, but I would like a 2-drop artifact. We do have the prism that could help us do the white side of things, but I would need more than that, especially to get into something like Birth of Meletus that needs you to be heavier white. If we do, though, we would play a Seal Away, right? So I'll take that. Looks like some good green stuff here. Beanstalk Giant still being here. Maybe I can take that. I mean, is there a way in which we end up splashing the black here? Not really. All of our black is pretty intensive. I'm going to take the Giant, though. I don't know. With the back for more, I'm feeling like things could get... We could get weird before this is out. Let's see. We'll see. Seal Away was the place where I was leaning at first, Rob. It's true. This is... Go find our Gear Hulk, ram through something. Although if we're playing black, we don't want to ram through. I'll take the Artisan in case. And interesting temple here. I don't think we're doing Lithoform Engine. I mean, I think we could. The thing with Lithoform is it's just a value engine, no pun intended, and you can take it and just try to generate value. But I like temple here on the hedge towards possible white with a pack to go. Which X red spell to Gak? Lithoform is more fun than good. I have a screenshot somewhere of I put Lithoform Engine in a kicker deck with multiple roosts, and I was able to copy roosts, and I ended up having 3. I copied, like I had 2 out, and I kicked a 3rd, and then copied it for a 4th, and that's when my opponent scooped. Borrower is good here. That gives us the early turn action we're looking for. Ugin, one of the premium ramp places to go in the whole cube. I don't think we're there, though. How do we take... I mean, we're control, but are we Ugin control? Can we justify it? Can we get there on Ugin? I don't know. I don't know if we can manage Ugin. But I think it's Karn. Brazen... Oh, the Karn is not... Like, there's the artifact Karn that we really like. Borrower, Ugin, or Eliminate are the cards that jump out at me. I don't know if we're going to play it, but Ugin is so strong, I kind of feel compelled to take it. You think we're hating Ugin? Well, I mean, if we face Ugin, we gotta beat Ugin. Yeah. I mean, I'm not taking Ugin unless I think we might play it. And I'm on Borrower versus Ugin. Borrower is the sure play. Ugin is the maybe play. I'll take Ugin. At the very least, we won't have to face it. And if we can run it, we'll be happy. Arena would help with that. Surveyor would help with that. Golos would help with that. I don't think we're Golos, though. I think we're probably Skittering Surveyor as the thing that combines with the most what we're doing, although Phyrexian Arena is serious value. I don't know if we have life gain. You know, it does start to hurt you, but usually you're fine. It takes Selendi Vision as well. I think given the leanings toward a third color, though, and the need to hit land drops every turn to get us to potential Ugin, I like Surveyor. Artifact helps us ramp and fixes. So it's really doing three things: helping us splash, doing the artifact thing, and helping us ramp. Don't think we're playing Beanstalk right now. Noxious Gearhulk jumping out at me is the likely pick here. Essence Scatter, good too. Castle Vantress, great land if you're already in blue, but I don't think we're passing the artifact 2-for-1 special here. Really want to find some mana rocks now, though. That's what this is doing to me. Yeah, you want scatter based on curve? I'm going to be greedy. I don't care. I'm taking the Hulk. Rocket's got issues with that pick, apparently. I don't know what someone has the nerve to be doing in front of Rocket up there, but it is unacceptable, clearly. Disallow is a nice control card. So is Inscription of Ruin if you get to the kick point on it. If you don't get to the kick point on it, it's just, maybe we want Disallow. Bastion is just okay. Command the Dread Horde is interesting. But we already have the fun stuff in the deck. We don't need to try and command the Dread Horde as well. Let's just take Disallow and be grown-ups on that pick. Yeah, the sneaky ability thing really does matter. You can mess up ultimates. You know, it counters Planeswalker ultimates. It counters... A lot of times your opponents are building up to one big effect. It's not a spell they're trying to cast. They're just trying to put something incredible on the stack as an effect. And being able to counter basically anything on the stack is pretty powerful. Yeah, green's not fully off the table as a main color. We're not really playing Veto. This could be played as land. Lily could be cuttable. This would be an Esper land on that axis, but I think we're closer to green as a third color than we are to white at this point. Would you agree with that? There's Disdainful Stroke that just gets... You never cast this on 2, but it's a 2-drop that always gets something valuable. We could take Gifted Aetherborn to have a 2-drop, although a black 2-drop is not reliably going to be on 2, to be honest. So I'm kind of on Stroke and see if we wheel the Aetherborn. Also, Stroke is... We know we're blue, so at least Disdainful Stroke is a sure play. Yeah, this doesn't get this doesn't counter everything, every ability possible, but it counters the big stuff. Activated and triggered. Acquisitions Expert is a 2. I'd be happy to run out there on 2. Into the Royal could be on 2 if you had to. Shade is really quality, but is not the two we're looking for, I don't think. Body double, strong, but I think we're on into the Royal or expert. I think we probably just want the expert. Isolated Chapel again, pushing some Esper possibility, but yeah, maybe it is Royal. Expert, Royal. Royal's an instant. I mean, it's not, I don't think you get to kick it. Do you get to kick it if you cast it for no cost? Maybe, I don't know, but into the Royal or expert. I guess I'll take Into the Royal. Yeah, it works with the Gear Hulk. Nothing really for us here at all. We can take Mirrodin's Core, and that helps the splash, I suppose. Yeah, you have to pay for the kicker, but you can pay it, right? So if I played Gear Hulk and had 2 floating, I could cast the Into the Royal and kick it for 2. Is that right? I just don't think I'm main green. I get it, but I think we're main black. I'm just going to try and play the Back for More as the only green card. I don't think we're playing Fiend Artisan either, frankly. Yeah, what other kind of... Maybe I'm lying. What other abilities are there besides activated and triggered? What other things can go on the stack? What's a thing that could go on the stack that couldn't be countered by Disallow? That's not... Besides something that says can't be countered, that is. Rex Sage could be a... Splash potential 2. Ominous Seas is a 2-drop that could be a win condition long term. But Essence Capture also just can be played on 2 as a counter. What do you think? Capture or Seize here? David likes Capture. We got 1 for Seize. That's true. We do have some win cons already. We just need our early game short up. That's fair. Let's take the Capture. This is a job we already have filled. Curiosity isn't impossible for us, but we have Eliminate, Helm, and Perilous Vault that are much better. Perilous is a sweeper, and we're a control deck. We could just take the Perilous Vault for pure sweeping. We could, if we take Helm. Helm is kind of win more. I didn't want to add Approach. Again, we're doing enough wacky stuff. Sure, you could choose to go for Approach. Your approach could be your approach, but it's not going to be our approach. I think Eliminate is the pick for our early game management. Although this Perilous Vault, I really don't mind having a true sweeper besides Ugin here. But we do have Ugin, so let's take Eliminate. Krauser liked the Vault. Well, you could see I was agonizing on that, Krauser. It was a close one. Here we get to take Celundi Vision, though. And I think we're pretty well stocked to find a target when we cast that. Well, this deck certainly looks fun. I'm excited to see how it does. Just a Vantress here is fine. We're not doing the life thing, so we can't do Exquisite Blood to any value, but Castle Vantress is a fine pickup here. Gonna play that, though. We do have Veto, but right, we're not doing that. We gotta focus. We got a lot of cuts to make as it is. I'm going to move the lands out so we just get a better count as we're facing the end here. I'm going to take Ratchet Bomb over the Bastion. We're going to play this. Totally happily playing the Ratchet Bomb. Another good 2-drop for us, really. Artifact to boot. Secret Keeper, not what we're doing. I'll take Castle Ardenvale, although I don't hope nobody's doing this. I'm going to take Ardenvale because I don't want to face it. I know Keeper self-mills, but we're not going to run that, David, right? There's no way we run that. We don't care that much about self-milling. Isolated Chapel comes late, but we're already kind of off the Esper plan. We have the land, though. We could consider it. I mean, we might even, we got this tutelage, so I suppose you could argue that it does combo with that. But tutelage, like, left unanswered, wins the game on its own. You can't say that about the Secret Keeper. So, I know, I'm not in love with Back for More either. I don't care. That's not the point. The grown-up play is to not play Back for More. The streamer play today is going to be Back for Mooring, Nox our Gear Hulks. We're going to call this More Hulk. More Hulk. So I need a bathroom break. Work out the cuts here, and I'll be right back to see what y'all come up with. Let me put spell lands over here so you see how many spell lands we're talking about in this deck. Got 3 of them. All right. Consider your cuts. Oh, let's get Dualcaster Mage out. That's obvious. Yeah, from here, tell me what you want to cut, but I'm not cutting Back for More. We're going to try it. Darn it, we are going to try it. Whether it works or not. Be right back. Hey, all. What do we decide? Let's see. What have people thought? David says, cut Obsession, Tutelage, Sword, Traxos, Typhoon. I do like Obsession out for sure. How many things? I guess, yeah, Traxos is somewhat on plan, but not really. Because it's cast. If it were an ETB trigger, I would be more into the Traxos, I think. Yeah, we can cut Tutelage, Sword. If these are considered lands, where are we at? Yeah, we could even kind of just need one more cut before I feel pretty okay, although maybe we want more land. Thanks for that sub. Wish we had a little more card draw. Can we cut Lily over Typhoon? Kind of want to cut Lily. What's she really doing? We make him discard. That's all right, but we discard 2. Oh, it's each opponent. No, each player. So we have to discard 2. I don't like that. We're control. We want to... Yeah, I'm going to cut Lily. And then I think we have 18 lands if we count the spell lands as lands. Maybe one more cut would be okay. Like Vision as land is fine, but I want to cast Glasspool and Mauling. Although I guess Glasspool and Visions can be our land, and then Mauling is like the spell we want to try and cast. I like this though. Let's export. Oh, I'm going to put my... these lands in though. We can try Back for More for a few games. If it's too hard on us to run on Prophetic Prism and whatever, Mirrodin's Core and whatever forest we run, It's probably grown up to cut the back for more, but the dream I want to live is torrential gear Hulk, or back for more torrential gear Hulk to back for more noxious gear Hulk. Mirrodin's core is great. We love it. Okay, maybe I'm really clutching to this back for more. It's really not correct to play the back for more. Let me tell you all. I'm going to do it for a few games to see if we can pull it off. But the correct thing is to cut back for more, cut Mirrodin's core, cut green, and make this pure blue-black. I know that that's true. But because nothing is on the line, I'm going to try a little back for more action. Oh yeah, we're putting at least one forest in. Probably just the one. That's enough. And put that stuff back in. Let's export this to MTGA and hop back. Looks like I got everything in the sideboard already. Not too bad of a punishment on my wild cards. And let's see. Spland. Let me get out of your way here. Deck building. Spland. Come on, Splans. What are you doing? Go where I tell you to. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 18. So this is 18. And again, I kind of want a 19th, but I guess we have a Surveyor being somewhat of a 19th. All right. More Hulks. That's the plan. Let's say done here. And get on it. Am I taking on Robert first? I didn't really look and make sure my blue and black... I should look at my lands more closely. I didn't really color balance the lands, if I'm honest. I kind of accepted it as correct without looking. Well, a lot of the big end here, but we do have a Shark Typhoon we can cycle and a Disfigure to keep us from dying immediately, so I am going to keep this. Yeah, I got a Cycle Typhoon, but that does at least make it a keep, which is why this is such a good card. It can be a 6-drop or a 2-drop help. I'm going to Disfigure this now. It's gonna eat the Disfigure eventually anyway. And might wait one more turn to at least get a 1/1 out of the cycle. Although that makes a 1/1 not that great. Maybe I should just cycle this now since the 1/1's not... Assuming that Robert casts a spell and makes us a 2/2, the 1/1's not going to do anything. So I'm going to go ahead and cycle and look for a hard answer as opposed to cycling next turn or something. And look, we got a 3-drop and something to kill. Well, this doesn't kill that, I guess. Never mind. We got a 3-drop. We got our green. Yeah, that's it does say it's effectively life gain to wait, but I mean, you can see, like, I don't want to be results oriented, but that's why I made the choice. It's like, maybe we can actually do something on 3 instead, so. Crawl our way to 6, we can take it out that way. Yikes! Don't know if we live till 6. Hey, that's something. What do you think about that? I think we don't let Robert untap, although Robert probably plays stuff pre to put more counters on Dorat. I am going to be greedy. I'm going to be greedy. I should have attacked there, though. I was just distracted by chat. That was a point missed. I didn't mean to blame chat. I'm just saying that's what happened. I was looking at chat and missed it. I love chat, even when they distract me. Doubt they have counters? I don't know. I know that counters aren't really proactive for this kind of strategy, but you'll play what you get, right? Well, let's find out whether or not Robert is playing counters. I think he totally could be. Uh-huh. Although that's pretty fair, like it's a creature counter, right? Now let's go hunting for land. We're only mostly dead, gang. Don't worry.
Your friend here is only mostly dead.
Do we discard the torrential or Ugin? We can discard Ugin and, boy, maybe even essence capture. Like, we're not essence capturing anything before it matters, because this is our 5th turn. We're going to play a land, not be able to essence capture. Then 6th turn, we're going to play Gear Hulk, not be able to essence capture. Epic Downfall does not work against this. No. So I think I'm going to discard Ugin and Essence Capture and try to work with Gear Hulk and Gear Hulk to get there. Ugin is just colorless, not an artifact, but that wouldn't matter anyway. Pesky, non-artifact, colorless. Maybe Gargantuan Robert does us the favor of playing something Epic Downfall does get. All right. Well, this is interesting. We get a Gear Hulk here. Take 2 from the sprite, copy the Gear Hulk, kill the sprite. So we're not dead yet, as they say. As we say. Something epic that we can downfall. We're gonna go mimic the Hulk and downfall something else. Downfall something. Let us downfall something. Hey! Look at that! We can downfall that. And we get a Mauler. All right, this is coming up Millhouse now. And we can even attack here, I think. I'll trade both if they want. Yeah, maybe Pyromancer was the right death, but we do have Mauling. I wasn't too worried because I know we could pick off the next thing next, or hopefully, if there's no more counter magic here. I went for the Flyer because it was actively not something we could block. I'm deliberately leaving up 2 blue because there's so many blue counterspells in the format, but that is just to represent. And I am going to go for Pyromancer here. I'm a little nervous. 4 open mana, 2 cards suggest this might not work, but we're going to try. Scott says pass. It is an instant. Maybe I'm supposed to be passing because it's an instant. Good point, Scott. I was thinking this was a sorcery, but it's that good, right? And then we have Gear Hulk up at that point. So we could even Essence Capture. So good call from Scott. We just pass here. But we may, let's see, we can send in a Gear Hulk though. Got to keep trying to win, and we do have great instant speed responses here. Tron got there 2 before I did. I mean, technically, this filigree is epic. I mean, killing it would be not the greatest value of all time. But if Gargantuan, if Robert comes in here with a full attack without having cast anything, then we've got to take that into consideration. Now, with Robert not doing anything, we could just pass. If we find a basic land, then we can Mauling with Neutralize up. And if Robert isn't going to do anything, we could try that. Or we could just Mauling here on the Mancer, knowing that it's the thing we want to kill the most. Torrential Gear Hulk, we could cast the Thirst for free and draw some cards. Maybe that's what we do. Go for a Gear Hulk here, see if we get some free value. If Robert has something to stop the Gear Hulk, then we can untap with this stuff. Yeah, we could disfigure the Pyromancer. Let's try... I'm going to try Gear Hulk. I like it. And it looks like it's going to work, and I am going to go disfigure on the Pyromancer. And we did get our land to even have Mauling and Neutralize up. So let's leave our biggest back, send in... Although, we send in a Gear Hulk. We can send all of them. With this, we can send all. And we could use Mauling to save our Gear Hulk, but I don't even care. I'm just going to accept this. And force Robert to come up with something to combat both of these spells, which, I mean, it means that Robert needs to basically do 3 things next turn, and that just doesn't seem possible. I mean, of course it is possible. He's going to have 4 cards and a bunch of lands, so 3 things are possible here, but I like making him have them. And then even this one needs 2 things to stop. I mean, part of the 3 things needs to be hard removal for the Gear Hulk, or else Rob needs 4 things. I keep saying Rob, I mean Robert. Got to get my Robs and my Roberts correct here. So, enters the battlefield, copy the next instant or sorcery spell with converted mana cost 2 or less. So, it's going to copy it when it is landed. So, I'm going to just counter this. Assuming that copying the next thing is just vital to what Robert needs to do to win here. One removal spell doesn't do it. One removal spell and one creature doesn't do it. It needs to be 2 removal spells now. All right. Well, we were greedy and got punished, but had enough time to recover from the punishment, which is one of the reasons we chose to be greedy. I think it was a pretty good read that Robert's not likely to be playing counter magic in that deck in general, but that Sprite is like perfect counter magic for that deck, right? So it made total sense that he had Sprite. We saw it in the draft. We could have played around it. We didn't, and made that harder than it had to be, but those are the risk-reward choices we make in this game, right? Sometimes they work out, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they don't work out, and then they work out anyway. My hair's not on the line, but this meme is too good, so here you go, 2 for that win.
I do my hair toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling?
Nice easy keep. We got part 1 of our fun time happy goal. I can play Swamp to have Disfigure up. We could do Mirrodin's Core and get it charging. I'm going to do Core and get it charging. Then we hold up Island and Core, and we can disfigure. We can censor or disfigure if we want. I suppose I put Swamp out. It doesn't matter. What, like, regardless whether we put Island or Swamp out, the Core has to be the mana for the other one. Oh yeah, sorry. I did a restart this morning, so CBL is not up yet. Let's get that going. Appreciate the reminder as always. So many buttons to press around here. I mean, I got Rob's buttons, I got D's buttons. Are we cycling? Nah. I'm pretty happy moving forward here with our counter magic up. We can play Glasspool as land here. We still get to keep our counters up. Although Censor becomes a 4-spike counter, you know, it's not hard. I'm going to go ahead and play the Mimic as land. We have a Ugin in hand. You know, we need to hit our land drops, so let's just do that. And then next turn we have Neutralize and Censor if we don't use Censor this turn. Oh, yeah, I've considered... I mean... Oh, interesting. So if we let this happen, we're giving up possible Neutralize, Back for More, or Ugin. Do we even care? We'll just censor it. Let's not even let him see. It's a good time to get value out of Censor is fine. Like, I almost want to play Salundi Vision as land here as well. Like, I just feel like I really want to work towards Ugin, and then Tron can't do much about it. And we have the counter spell, so I'm going to do it. It's the Ugin that's making me pass on the value from all these splans. Well, I can put chat over where I can read it more easily, too. I take chat off of my left monitor when I use the left monitor view for Heroku app drafting. Well, we're in a good spot to just sit back and try to make it to Ugin now. We don't have anything for back for more, but I still love you back for more. All right. Not countering that. I see, but I might counter this. Disfigure doesn't kill it, so let's go ahead and neutralize it. Now... Wait. I want... Do you want to leave the core up? I guess we leave... If I leave the core up, I have to fetch another blue, and I don't want... I gotta fetch green. I just don't want to use the core if I don't have to, but we're gonna get green, so then the core can be colorless, and that's okay, so I'm overthinking it, and I should just do... I should just do this. Get green, and then we have everything available. Now, black does have answers to Ugin. If we can manage it, I want to cast Ugin while Tron is tapped out, so that we at least don't lose to the instant you know, the Ugin gets one activation. I guess Ugin gets one activation no matter what, but yeah, we're going to counter that. I haven't looked too closely, but I'm assuming we want to counter the old Planeswalker. Very controlling deck from Tron. I saw red-black and thought we might be up against something pretty aggro, but looks to be more controlling. And we'll keep up Disfigure and put a counter on the... We can't cast the Hulk right now. We wouldn't want to anyway because they don't have a target on the battlefield, but... Yeah, I wouldn't want to play this anyway. There's nothing to kill. Although maybe we're in a spot where Tron's not giving us much to kill. We did see the Incinerator, but this looks to be like heavy control with probably a handful of finishers. So I'm not sure we have a ton of targets in Tron's deck. That's fair, Jim. Just cast Ugin if it's actually good to do so. I don't need to do counter on the core till end of turn, but I do have that on mind. Thank you, Radiantware. It would be sad to miss that, but I got there. All right, I was going to maybe play the Gear Hulk anyway because we need to do something, but Tezzeret's much better here. We're going to get this for colorless, though, and then leave the black for the Disfigure. Also, this might draw out Tron's Planeswalker-specific hate, clearing the way for a more successful Ugin. And do we want to get aggro or draw cards? I think we maybe want to draw cards so we can set up Ugin. We're just going to draw.
Cold logic will always win.
Promise? We're a couple pluses away from getting to draw extra, and like drawing extra now is just helping us get to Ugin on time, or, you know, sooner. So I'm just gonna draw. I have negate up. Totally, I have negate up, Tron. It's a nice figure you got there. Got prowess though, got to be careful. Instant and response could put it out of range. Do you go for it or do you wait? I think you just, with Ugin, we just probably wait. I just try it with Gear Hulk. Let's just try kill it with Gear Hulk at this point. We do have Ugin mana now. Do we need to cast Ugin, though? We've seen discard, like maybe we cast it before we can't. We do kill something. Yeah, maybe I Gear Hulk and we can get to our back for more stuff. I could also draw here. Maybe I will play Gear Hulk and make a flyer and then we do start drawing more. All right, let's do that. Let's do this. Tron in the tank here. What do you think is going to happen? I don't know. What's Tron thinking about? Maybe using Soul Scar Mage, something to kill it in response? I don't know. Aha! Well, no problem. We have this little thing called Back for More.
A master builds with ease.
Come on. How about a 3/3? And another 3/3. Like, Back for More does all this creature fighting. There's not, like, Back for More Gearhole kills 2 things, but there's 0 things to kill right now. Look, Fanor, I have a plan. And Tron is not playing into my plan. That's cool, though. We have the sequence that I want. So now I feel like I have to do it. This is an instant too. Okay, we're gonna make a Thopter because I have everything I want in my hand anyway.
This will keep an eye on you.
But we are gonna try to live the dream. Dang it! I'm gonna Back for More the Gear Hulk no matter what. Come on, Tron. Yeah, that's plenty of things. There we go. Thank you for the targets, Tron. I appreciate it. I was afraid that we wouldn't have anything to target with my insanity. Did we have to? What would that have done? Not give him I don't like let him sack, right? I guess True said, you know, if you do it with Siege Gang on the stack, there's no fodder. Oh no. You're ruining my dream, Tron, and now I'm gonna have to win with boring old Ugin. Ugh! Oh, Tron is in trouble. No, I won't time out Tron because he's a mod and that causes it's the mod. I can't time out my mods. They have superpowers. Oh wait, no, I just want to charge it. No. I'm trying to charge it. Charge it. There we go. Wrong one. Fine, Tron. What a jerk. I could Gear Hulk. I still get to Gear Hulk. Oh, there's not even anything to... I can Gear Hulk the Disfigure. All right. It's so boring.
Perfection is a journey, not a destination. Reality is unwritten. I learned a few tricks on balance.
I'm so sad. Tron screwed up my combo. I had a combo and Tron messed it up. Tron messing up my combo. What is this allowing me to target? Epic Downfall. Exile target creature with converted mana cost 3 or greater. What? Oh. But this is 2. What is this even letting me cast this on? Oh, Skitters, thank you. Sorry. I was thinking that was 2, too. There we go. Thank you. Now I'm less confused. Now I'm just going to go attacking. Let's draw first. So many things to do.
I know how this ends.
We'll just attack. And I guess we can just Ugin it. Why don't we just keep plucking it with Ugin? And Ratchet Bomb can come down and still have the Gear Hulk.
My greatest creation.
Ratchet Bomb is a 2-mana destroy all tokens card. That's one of its modes. Aha. Oh, maybe we can do it. Oh. Combo breaker, huh? Combo, what are you gonna do? Oh, well. Ha! Back at you, combo breaker. That was fun. Tron thwarted me, though. I didn't get to pull it off. Oh. Oh, today is all fake tilt. Yesterday I was legit. I've had a bad couple of days. So I definitely was a little bit sensitive and tilty Monday and Tuesday for sure. Today I'm just having fun. There's nothing on the line here. I'm just having fun. But it's been, you know, as an entertainer, as a streamer, as someone making content that's based on my personality, you know, when you're having rough days, the content suffers a little bit because you're just, you know, your head's not there. And that's kind of how I felt Monday and Tuesday. But good game, Tron. You'll enjoy that one on the replay. I got you, but you got me. Like, you got me so bad because I was gonna do it, Tron. I had the whole sequence, and you. Oh. Oh, that's true. Maybe I was celebrating, and Tron and I both misplayed that. But anyway, we keep this. Sorry, talking to chat here. Keeping with the Prism lets us fix our mana. We can play Mauling as land if we have to, but I'm going to try to hold it. Ratchet Bomb. I'm actually going to get going. I'm going to start Ratchet Bomb now, and the earlier you can get the bomb down, the better control job it does for you. So let's play it and see what Poseidon has. Because often green is going for, yeah, 2 drops, right? So we can set up Ratchet Bomb towards 2. You did mess up my plan big time, Tron. Well done. I think, though, just in this case, Prism Disfigure is going to be fine. I'm going to do that, and we'll see what we want to do with the bomb. Right on, Jim. Oh, also, I got to go... My record's now 2-0. Additional land, can't attack without blessing. We'll probably maul that when we find ourselves another black source. And in the meantime, we can also into the royal, or we can just move it up, ratchet bomb it. I think against green, we're going to want it on 2 at least. Oh, no! Misclick, of course. Never mind. I'm going to into the royal it. Set it back. That is an inefficient use of Ratchet Bomb. I do not recommend it. That's all right. It's kind of a show-off play because I'm going to win anyway. That's right. It's just saying, yeah, Poseidon, I could wreck you with Ratchet Bomb. I don't need to. I'm just going to do it another way. Oh, wow, that's nice. Ratchet Bomb, Luris. Very good against tokens. We do have Mauling at the ready. And we can't do Mauling and Stroke. We do Tez, but Tez... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Playing a land, casting a spell means Sword Tooth can attack. That's what I'm worried about. We could make a blocker, though, and then if they do manage to be able to attack with this, we have a chumper. All right, I'm in. Also, they can just go land with the Sword Tooth. So it's very likely that Sword Tooth can block or can attack. I think really the worst case is they kill the flyer and play 2 lands and attack Tez for kill Tez, but we'll see. Solid. Wish I had a Ratchet Bomb.
You think you've won?
Land is good. Maybe we're even just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hogger Mauling could be a 7th land towards Ugin, but it's also just removal. I think we draw a card now. I want to draw so that we find mana for Ugin. Making another chump is okay, but we have removal for the swords, the Sword Tooth. So it's like remove the Sword Tooth. Tezzeret is going to die, though. Are we okay with Tez dying? We're paying, it ends up being like 5 mana, not having done much, you know, but it may be what we have to do here. I think it's better than making make a chump, though. And there we have, that's close on the land. Yeah, this is instant. So we can also wait and see, maybe they send Sword Tooth at Tez as the... So maybe they attack Tez in a way that we can disrupt. Let's try that. Nah, Poseidon's not messing around, sending everything at Tez. But that also means we don't even need to maul, particularly right now. Tez drew us a card and prevented 15 damage. So 5 mana, gain 15 life, and draw a card. That's okay. You'd play that, right? Cantrip, gain 15 for 5. It's a medium card. Stroke we can counter here. Although, let's see, it's not going to be that big for Ugin, but we still need one more turn before we get to Ugin, so I am going to counter it. And I could Mauling here, but Mauling's the plan for next turn if we need to. This might be the land we need, so let's see what we draw, though. Hopefully we just draw a basic. That would be the dream. Oh yeah, counter on core, thank you, appreciate that. All right, we found a basic. We don't need to use Mauling as land in order to guarantee the Ugin, so we're set for Ugin next turn. And oh yeah, I should have played Castle. Much better to Scribe. I just kind of like I'm locked into Ugin mindset. You're just like Ugin's gonna win us the game. Although what loses us the game here is if Poseidon has discard. It's Castle was correct. I just wasn't thinking about it. And I'm gonna maul to save some damage here. Argument for mauling the Fauna Shaman, which actually, but really we're gonna Ugin next turn. In fact, there's an argument for just not even doing this at all, just taking 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think I just played 10. Then we even survive like discard 2. Yeah, everybody's on team take because we've got it. And here we go. You know, there's a little punt. I should be scrying right now, and I'm not. Just a mistake. So when you're minusing Ugin, make sure you check the CMC of the permanents. The highest permanent we need to get is 3, so we're going to minus for 3. Almost past Ugin because I wasn't sure we were that control-y at that point, and we certainly didn't have really any ramp to speak of in terms of mana rocks. But we have the legs to get to Ugin, it seems, so it's been working out. Everything we have is at instant speed, too, so we're just going to plus Ugin for some face damage and hold on our instants.
My flames burn beyond perception.
Coco for 4. Let's just stroke that. Well, can't stroke that, but Vraska gets small stuff. Destroy non-land permanent with curve mana costs 3 or less. That only represents our Prism, which we don't really care about.
It's time to step out of the sacrifices.
So, of course, Vraska is doing the plus, turning a land into a card. Pretty strong, too. And at 6, loyalty is just annoying enough here. Oh, these are both creature. I had to check and see if any of my removal was Planeswalker based. Let's downfall. Let's downfall the Mammoth, attack with Gearhulk, finish off with Ugin, and then Gonti. You want Gonti first? Yeah, maybe Gonti just gives me something to do this instead, but I'm on this trajectory now. I'm gonna complete that play. But I see what you mean. Fenor. Let's get Tender Shoot, or Karn is pretty good too. Karn or Tender Shoot? Intervention? You think that's how we lose? That's fair. We can even cast this now. Yeah, that's true. Fantasia's correct. My mental heuristic is like go for the most powerful thing that's just going to crush, but we're already doing that, so we should go with the thing that prevents anything from breaking up what we've got. I like it. I think Fantasia nailed it. Ugin's meaner. We're already mean. Let's protect our meanness. Also, remember, Oppo does not know which one we got. So it's especially good because they don't even know that that's what we kept. And if they go for a double wide Hydra, we can just kill it. And if they go for a single wide Hydra this turn, it can't really fight anything except Gonti, which we don't really care about. And Gonti's got Death Touch, so that's cool too. So do we know which was chosen? Or do they not choose yet? Oh, when it enters, they choose. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, that's a good piece of tech, because that's a question people would have. Yeah, so he's doubling is fine, and we'll just use mauling. Typhoon, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, new plan. I'm gonna hard cast the Shark Typhoon. Come on. Right? That's what we're doing. I don't care what's right. That's what we're doing. Then I'm just gonna go Dragon. Let's see. If we minused, we could -2 and get the Hydra. Why don't we just -2?
Creation can be undone.
I want to be a Jade Light Ranger. Every single Ranger card puts that song in my head, especially if it's a 2-syllable descriptor. That's pretty cool. Not cooler than Ugin, resolved, but, you know, cool. We can cycle the pools. I think starting there is fine. I mean, I don't know, the original I just know is a song from the Army, but I know it from Second, like this, the U2 song Seconds uses it. You can check out Seconds by U2 to see where I have it in my head. Let's plus Ugin and kill the Ranger. attack.
Beyond perception.
It's not indestructible, it just comes back, right? When it dies, return it to hand at end of next end step. That's fine. We could also just untap and -5, and we lose Gonti, but not Torrential or Typhoon. I kind of just like untap -5. Right? And it doesn't do anything until then. 2 blue, black, exile. Has he got... Doesn't have the blue here, right? So... We're also going to be able to get Scarab God before it can activate. Mauling and... Yeah, all right. I'm being fancy playing it. But you can see why I'm at least looking how to solve this long term, right? We get to just kill it and win, but I'm doing my board control thing. I'm thinking about how to control the board forever rather than just win. It doesn't matter, but was, in general, good to be thinking about optimal plays, but... If this deck can make it to turn 5 without a significant health challenge, then I think it has a great late game, obviously. But it is vulnerable to an early rush if we don't have our feet under us. Let's see. I haven't been paying attention. Math is up. Okay, thanks, Math. Or like Mouth. Does it matter? Can you wait, Math? Looks like I got a different challenge here, but I'm just gonna take what's coming. Oh, that's canceled. Well, somebody's got to challenge me. Okay, Math is... All right, I'll challenge Math. We got it. We got it. Everybody's so kind. They're fleeing the queue to let other people join. I saw that, Rob. I'm middle of season 1 on Expanse, but I kind of stalled on it because I've been watching so much other stuff with my kids. I watched all of Dirk Gently with my daughter. That was one I had already seen, but she hadn't seen yet. That's hit or miss for some people. I love Dirk Gently, and Clara did too, so that was a really fun show for us to watch. I'm watching The Boys with my son. Really enjoying that as well. That's another one that seems like hit or miss for people, but I don't know. It's right in my wheelhouse. I think they're doing a great job of doing that. What would really happen if superheroes were alive? You know, superheroes were real. Yeah, The Boys is definitely rated R. Oh, is that a rated R show? Yeah, both my kids are in a place where a lot of rated R content, watching it with me makes them squirm a little bit, but they can handle it. Needlessly political. There is a I mean, I don't know. There's politics in what's going on, but I think that's because if superheroes existed, the government would be involved. Like, yeah, I mean, I think the political aspect of it is just part of how it's a good, well-written show. Sorry, Math. Getting distracted by awesome chats, as always. We can play Tome or leave up Censor. We do have Neutralize ahead. I kind of like holding up Counter for the next 2 turns here. since we don't have a lot of, we don't have removal here, so we should try to counter what's coming up from math. I don't know. It's part of the main plot. I think the politics in the boys is I mean, it's the main goal of the corporation is trying to infiltrate. Anyway, certainly I don't think it detracts from it. I don't know. I didn't feel like it was like, ugh, stop it with the dumb political messages. It was just like politics was part of the story. I haven't watched season 2 yet, I should say. We just finished season 1 last night. So maybe it gets even more political or something. We could Surveyor here, but again, I guess we could, at this point, maybe we could go Shields down for turn 4. I mean, you do kind of want to save counters for some of the bigger later game stuff. And we do have back for more, and they seem to be... I mean, Mentor of the Meek and Cleric both suggest this is a life gain, a creature-based life gain deck of some kind, or not necessarily life gain, but a creature-based deck. And yeah, and we also don't have land yet, although, I mean, we haven't missed one yet, but Surveyor now sets up for that next turn. Let's do it. I'm going to do Surveyor now. We also don't have black yet, so let's get our black mana started. I mean, we don't even have 2. We can't even cast Gaunty yet, even with this. Shields down! What's math gonna do with it? It's not bad for a shields down moment.
I can escape my past no more. I am proud of my comrades.
Into the Royal can bail us out of Elspeth if we do it at the end of their next turn. But it does mean that Elspeth gets to do more. I guess Elspeth just has to do its thing, and we're going to try and make our way to our big boy again. That kind of seems where we're at. And I'm going to pass with all of this up, although we haven't played... Oh, we did play a land this turn, right? Great. So I'm going to pass with all of this up and try to make it through Elspeth. We have Ratchet Bomb, too, that gets rid of these tokens. Yeah, be careful of too much spoilers. I'm a no-spoilery kind of guy, and especially I haven't seen Season 2, so if you're getting into why Season 2 is more political, I don't want to hear it. Resplendent Angel. Beginning of each end step, if you gain 5 or more life this turn. So it is a life gain deck. Do we care about this enough to counter it? Could also just Into the Royal it. Kind of like Into the Royal this. Yeah, put it on sub-only chat or something. We'll just trust the chat can get their act together here. I think I like roiling. Although we can also thirst here before the end of the turn. We can make that our play.
We can rebuild the walls of serenity.
Oh, wait. How did that... Wait. Do I not understand how that works? Oh, Elspeth gained 5 life. Got it. Sure. Well, now we got to interroyal a token. And that's okay. How far is Elspeth from being 4 other? Yeah, so that's okay. That's okay with us. And we do need to do it now because I want to... I want to do a Thirst... Well, we get Into the Royal now. Let's do that. I totally need your input. Save me, chat. We could... Wow, I can't find our second black for Gaunty. I like island, and then we have neutralize. We can go island, play tome. It means we don't have tome to discard to thirst, but I think that could be okay here. Do we need to play Glasspool Mimic as land here? Are we trying to do something relevant on 6? Yeah, I think the tome hold-up counter is fine. Let's do that. Heliod's gotta go. Gonna neutralize that. And do we want a 6? No, we don't want an island. If we were a swamp, I would keep it, but we don't need more blue. Do an upkeep stop even here. And consider another option. Arch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Arch is 8. Glasspool Mimic could be 9. But I think we need black more than we need a land that's going to draw us more cards. Let's look for black. And that's why Gearhulk is now a great card if we can just find the tools to play it. Glasspool Mimic is going to copy our Gearhulk. I'm going to main phase Thirst, looking for Swamp. Yeah, we could mimic Surveyor. Maybe I'm being greedy to want to mimic the Gearhulk, but we know I'm greedy. We have enough time. I think I'm going to do my play. And we could pitch the... I'm going to decline... not... Are we punished? Really? We don't... I mean, I don't consider this punished. Yeah, we can pitch Gearhulk for back for more, and then we don't need the black to cast it, right? And now, with another... We can upkeep Scry. I'm inclined to just look for a basic rather than play the Mimic. Fenrir says we have to. We don't have... Again, we don't have to. I'm pretty darn greedy. Pretty willing to be greedy. But maybe it's too greedy. We have... between Back for More and Gearhulk, I'm being too greedy. You're right. You're right, Fenrir. I did it. And to that end, do we want to Maze Mine? Do we want to scry or draw? I think I'm going to take this off and not bother scrying. We have our plan for next turn. We have a Disdainful Stroke as a nice counter to anything big. Or save the greed for when it's necessary to even have the chance, but there's no need to be greedy when we have the whole thing that I'm trying to set up, which is Back for More, Gearhulk, Back for More, other Gearhulk, right? Could disfigure this so that we get the counters out so that they go away. So that if we sweep, they don't get... But we'll save that for when we actually have an Ugin plan. Well, we did have the island that would have been able to... would have rewarded our greed, but it still doesn't make that correct. I think, as I indicated, Fenrir was correct to 100% give us the Back for More. And... We know that black and white can't counter stuff, but I don't know. Should I do it? Should I main phase it to make sure? We also get to play the land, and we get to keep Disfigure up, so that's not the worst. I'm inclined to main phase it here out of the fear of I'm not sure. Like, I don't even know what I am doing this for. Oh, I can't. We only have one black. I was going to try and save black for the Disfigure, but that's not going to work here. Yeah, but God's willing, if it was God's willing, it doesn't matter now or their upkeep, right? So if we think it's God's willing, I should do it the upkeep. What I'm worried about is something 3 or more that I'm not thinking of, but I'm just going to do it. Return target. So are we fighting? Okay. We're fighting. Let's fight the angel, sure. And we'll destroy. Yeah, I guess. They could do so. Yeah, they could have their own disfigure or whatever, but. I'm trying to figure out how I give them the counters now. You want the cleric or the ministrant? This. Like. Sending this up in the air just means you can start picking off the 1/1s. Yeah, that's true. Chat's pointing out that it's just a little more risky for me to bother doing something that could get our, like with some sort of interaction could kill the Gear Hulk. We didn't need to do it that way. I could have fought the smaller one, the weaker creature. Starting to want to save the tome for just hard card draw now, rather than any scrying. Oh, not a heartless act. Don't kill my Gear Hulk. Don't throw me into the Briar Patch, Math Core J. Sure. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, actually, I'm going to go ahead and scry. And I'm going to keep land. I like getting more land here. And actually, the second swamp is nice. Allows us to Gaunty, among other things. I'm again just wanting to do things while it's all tapped out. I don't have I can't name the card that I'm playing around, but I like. You think so? I just don't want, like, maybe I'm just being overcorrecting to being greedy earlier in the day. It seems so greedy, gang. It seems so greedy to me. Okay, Fenrir, thank you. Somebody is on my level of greed here, which is unusual. Why am I this sensible one? All right, let's do it. Fight a flyer. Kill that. They may play something bigger that we would want to get instead. That's why. I don't know if that was right. You guys can debate. There's so much going on in Cube. It's really hard to know exactly what to play around. Whether you're playing for more value by doing X or playing to not get wrecked by Y. There's just so much going on. It can be very tough to figure all that out. I'm not going to use my disfigure on the 1/1. We have plenty of life. I'd rather draw a card / counter a bomb. Essence capture is all right. I'm going to go Gaunty here, though. Grateful Apparition is going to do more for us than that Thalia, right? Maybe Thalia is it. What do you like? Yeah, more counters on Tome. Although it just ends up... I mean, we don't want to put counters on the Tome. It just makes the Tome go away. We want to remove counters from the Tome, right? If we wanted to keep getting value from it. So maybe with Tome being the only thing... Although Essence Capture is going to put a counter on something. Thalia hurts us, but not really at this amount of mana, right? I'd stab myself in the mana because we have so much of it. Like, it would stop us from casting Ugin, but... It's got First Strike. 2-power First Strike actually helps close out the game, too. I'm going to take Apparition, though. And we have the Essence Capture that could do good things with it. Thalia does make Elspeth more expensive, for example. That would be a reason to do it. Yeah, we're going to attack... boy, why not? Like, I like attacking both Hulks. You want to trade for our Hulk again? Go for it. Wipe your board for the Hulk. I salute it. Yeah, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to actually put the counter on the Grateful Apparition itself and try to make ourselves a dragon here. Okay, sorry to hear that, Mama, but we will. I will unpitch that. Ugin, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We were just talking about how that's funny. If I had taken the Thalia, we'd not be able to cast Ugin here. Instead, we can Ugin for 0 and laugh again.
Reality is unwritten.
Well, it's funny. We could put a counter on the Tome to get 4 life, but we don't need that. Let's not do the Tome here. If we need it, we can also just scry and get it anyway. I don't know if cleansing is in the cube. It might be. That'd be funny. Reset. Yeah, Perilous Vault, which we passed. Unfortunately, Perilous Vault can't get it done in time for Math Core. Jay? Yeah, right, the undo cleansing. Tron has verified it's not available to Math.
I do my hair toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling?
And we did it, gang. We did the thing. I did the thing. I cast the blue Gear Hulk to get back for more, to get the black Gear Hulk to kill a bunch of things. Oh, it sure was, right? Oh, if that sensor hadn't... I can't remember. Oh, it got the Mentor, right? Woo! Yeah, that was I thought missing on Elspeth might have cost us that one too, but we found the tools. This is an easy keep. Charge up the core. Hold up a sensor next turn. Sensor and essence capture now. Let's see. We could start a ratchet bomb going. You'd mull this? Why? This hand is great. Like, you want your early game, and we got the early game. That's what we want out of our opener. I'm going to hold the sensor. Sensor can be so big here. Island, hold everything again? Yeah, island, hold everything again seems correct to me. Yeah, I think that's a good heuristic, Kyle Thulu, to consider what kind of creature count you have, but it's mainly about jobs. Like, all we're trying to do is survive in the early game so that we can make it to our powerful late game spells, and that is, I'm going to neutralize this. Neutralize gets anything. Essence, not sure what I'm supposed to do. Essence capture or neutralize. I guess I'm going to do neutralize, because then if we draw a land, we can, like, ratchet bomb, hold up, essence capture. What do you think, True? Oh, you just want to epic downfall it? Sure. But then we don't do anything this turn. We could thirst this turn instead. Mainly because I want to use my mana this turn, but we do have the thirst option. So you've convinced me that we can let it be because of the thirst. Fenrir likes the counter, but mainly I wanted a counter to make sure we do something, but we can thirst. And we want the lands anyway, right? Thirst, yeah, exactly, helping us to get land. Or, you know, see no land and respond accordingly. Now we probably have to ditch. Ratchet Bomb seems like it's going to be slow here. So let's get rid of that. And land. Okay, whew. I'm going to downfall while the downfallen is good and hold up the capture. We could do Prism, but I like capture. I like having 2 spell, and then we can Prism looking for land if we don't find one next turn. Another great point. I wasn't even really looking. Honestly, I just thought of Epic Downfall as Destroy, but the Exile clause makes it a much better play than the counter also. And I'm going to capture this to deny the draw. Found another land. That's good. That means we get to Prism with Disallow and Naturalize up. I'm fine with the opposition doing nothing. I'm just going to play tap lands here. Yeah, I'm gonna. I could have played. I guess I could have played Skittering Surveyor and gotten a basic land, played it, and then still had Naturalize Disallow up. So that would have been an option there too. I just kind of hastily played my land. Fantasia's stuck on land a bit too. Well, there you go. That's going to help something. And yeah, I think Hardcast. I don't think that mattered that much to me. I guess they were stuck, and maybe that is going to unlock their hand. Maybe I should have. I didn't think about it too hard, Fenor. But I'm going to go Shark Typhoon Ugin and feel like they're way behind. I don't know. Let's try this. Yeah, I'm going shields down because I'm counting on getting there on Ugin eventually here. I would say that a pro does not sequence things the way I did the last couple of turns. But I don't hate this line either. No counter magic up. That's great. Let's just get Ugin going. I mean, they have more. They may have more. They might have Planeswalker hate, but I don't see us waiting multiple turns for that. Right? We just got to go for it. The other thing we can do is Skittering Surveyor, hold up counters, but then what? I think we just got to go Ugin and see if Ugin lives. But be prepared that Ugin is not going to live here. You know.
Structure of reality is surprisingly flexible. Do not ignore.
At least we got one card off it already, and if they kill it now, well, we've 8 mana 2 for 1. Not exactly what we were looking for, but that's our floor. I get it, Jim, but we do have gas. We have the Arch. That's tough, though, because... Oh, they still have to cast it, right? You may play them without paying their mana cost. We can still counter whatever Golos might find. Now we can just kill Golos. How about that?
Consider this a warning.
I could have skittered first, I suppose, but I'm just also trying to play promptly. Well, true, when there's nothing but nutso cards in your deck, most of your draws are going to be nutso. Aha! Nicely done. That's how to beat Golos. How to beat a Ugin. Steal it. And with the ultimate too. Rough. So did I mess this up? Does a pro just stick on the counter spells until the Ugin is like super, super, super safe? Or is this just cube B and cube and we say whatever, it's the way it goes? That's not even that bad. We don't have anything to get rid of this lake claim, though, so we're just going to have to kill Ugin. But I think we will. Like, unless this does something. I mean, Fantasia has 6 mana, 1 green, and 5 colorless. Really well sequenced by Fantasia. Nicely done. Let's see if we can top deck our way out of this one. Not with that, but we do have Arch to go looking for stuff. And I will do that now. I guess I could have kept more counters up, but I'm also trying to put something on board to threaten Ugin, at least make Ugin look. Yeah, we do have Into the Royal, that's true. Let's find that. True saying true things. Need to find it soon, though. Oh, I didn't see it. But yes, good call on whoever remembered Into the Royal. Let's go this. Excuse me. Mauling. Now, Second Son. Okay, well, we can just counter that. We gotta save a counter for that. We're not done yet here.
I'm a little boy, you're a little girl, once upon a time.
Consider this a warning.
Draw 2 cards. I don't think we can counter draw 2. We gotta let them have their card draw and counter what matters that they're gonna cast. Into the Royal, off the top, for an epic game of Magic here. Why counter lose the game? I don't understand what you mean. That was the second. Let's just say D would have had a field day had I failed to counter that. All right. I'm going for my one time. Magic gods, please give me an Into the Royal off the top so that I can bounce my own Ugin, replay it, and wipe the board. Please? He was blue. Well, I'm going to kill Rada. Yeah, bounce the control. Well, it depends on how big it is at the time. We can bounce the control, but they get it back. If we bounce Ugin, if we have enough mana, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. See, I mean, we can, with one more, we could kick Royal and recast on the same turn. And then, but because we bounce this, then they just take it again, right? If I draw the bounce, you mean? Well, I'm gonna maul Rada. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I can disallow the attempt to to ping us. No. I don't have to arch. I can disallow the Ugin ping. And we can disallow and disdainful stroke. So if they go for something big, we stroke it, and then we keep ourselves alive with the disallow, and then we untap the Into the Royal as planned.
Ghost fire, my greatest creation.
Yeah, Ugin, it didn't hit me. You know, you're gonna have to go rethink that ghost fire thing and stop patting yourself on the back, buddy. One time, magic gods. It would be so fun. So fun. So fun. One-time dealer. Close? Is that useful? What does that do? Not useful enough. Might keep us alive. Does it keep us alive? Not really. So we need to go arch, and then now we have to arch, but arch means that the whole Ugin plan doesn't work. So I think we're dead. I think we're just dead here, but we'll give it an arch shot. That's true. Fëanor points out the line we still have available to us, and it is still available to us. So we're going to pursue the Fëanor line. Come on, if it's in the top 6, we stay alive. Come on! Oh, that's rough. Eliminate. Planeswalker, converted mana cost 3 or left. Oh, not quite. Look at that. Oh, too bad, too bad, too bad. Such a great line, Fëanor. Man, that would have been justice. Oh, that would have been so sweet. As it is, we lose target game. Good job, Fantasia. Well played. But so far, I have only lost to somebody taking our Ugin from us. Let's note that.
He's dead, sir.
That man's dead back there. Must be dead. He was worse than dead. His brain is gone.
Yeah, Ugin is 5-0. Ugin is 5-0 here. I'll take a challenge since I don't know who's next. Oh, Fantasia, that was so close. You have no... That was really well played on your part. But we were digging and digging and digging for our Into the Royal. If we find Into the Royal anytime there, that goes a little differently. Let's go, Fëanor. I'm cool beating up on my little brother in the allegory we're using here. We got Downfall, although that gets the bigger stuff. So we don't really have anything on 2 here if we keep, but we do have Downfall and Mauling to keep us alive. Ugin is here a little bit early. We don't want Ugin yet. This is a tough one. What do you think, gang? I'm gonna do since we're not using clock, I'm gonna do a 20-second keep or mole here. You like this keep or mole? This is an interesting one to me. I think this is right on the edge. This is not great, but I can make arguments for both sides, so I'm kind of copping out and asking chat. We are on the play, so I think that makes me want to keep. I'm not sure where it's going to end. Yeah, chat ended up on keep. I'm narrowly on keep because it's the play, and I don't want to go down a card, and we're going to have a little bit more time to find our removal answers and survive, given that we're on the play. I could play the Mauling if we want to be sure, but we need to get a counter on the core anyway, so I'm going to start on the core. Don't worry, BJ, we're never punished around here. It's going to be fine. See, now we get to Prism. Yeah, I didn't think about that I was being fair. I was just thinking about it like a Magic game where I don't know what's going on with my opponent in the first turn. I'm going to go ahead and play Island here. It gets our counters up and gives us a chance to leave the Mauling. This is concerning. This is going to be a lot of value for Oppo, and we can't really do anything about it. The removal isn't as good in a mirror. It depends on how Fëanor is approaching the deck. One cannot exist as a human on this planet without some level of punishment. This is one, again, given that we are unsure of how many creatures Malfëanor even has here, I kind of like letting this happen. It's not card advantage to let this happen. So, it just doesn't seem important enough. And eliminates an instant. You just eliminate it. I'm just going to do that and make sure it doesn't use my core mana. Now we can Mauling as well. I'm kind of just using my cards. Maybe I shouldn't have eliminated it. My feeling is that a black-blue control mirror is not going to have a lot of targets. I'm kind of just using my targets where I can, but maybe Malfëanor is playing a much more creature-heavy build. No, we have Prism and Core, so we are fine on the Mauling. I'm going to counter this, though. It's a 2-for-1. And by countering it, it's a 1-for-1. If we use removal on it, it's a 2-for-1. I kind of explained it. I can't justify it as for sure correct, but my reasoning was that I wasn't expecting a lot of targets in this opponent's deck. That being said, maybe I'm still supposed to hold it and see, but that was what I was thinking. Yeah, we didn't eliminate the Scry. Might have to disallow the treasure map trigger. This could be a big problem for us. It's just a lot of value. It's just like 3 cards. But then talk about value. Thassa Deep Dwelling. Yikes. Oh, I started Cardboard Live, but I just gave it priority. That often fixes it. Let me know if Cardboard Live is now working, because I clicked on it. Boy, I really thought we needed to counter the map, but now I'm thinking we need to just disallow the Thassa. Yeah, disallowing would work because it's a trigger. Then, if there are 3 or more landmark counters on it, remove those counters, transform treasure map, and create 3 tokens. So, like, but it would go on the stack, right? I could eliminate the creation of the tokens. My read of it is, yeah. Anyway, let's untap. All right, we're closing in on Ugin mana, and at least we can scry if we don't do anything else here. Really? Still have the map with, like, it wouldn't flip. Yeah, like it would delay. I see what you're saying now. It would delay it for a turn. Let's see. So yeah, somehow I was thinking it would like flip it but not have the counters. Huh, it didn't even go on the stack. Yeah, you're right. Okay, so you're right. I would have had to done the scry, and then it just doesn't do enough anyway. Good call. Rules knowers. Not a new trigger, all part of the same one. Yep. Kind of looking for land here. I don't want to use the mauling if I can help it. Ratchet Bomb would get rid of these treasure tokens. Let's do that. Take away a couple of Fenrir's cards. And then we can leave the swamp. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we want the land. We eventually want to get Ugin down, but I like Ratchet Bomb on top, eliminating these counters. Or is it creatures? No, it's non-land permanent. Yeah, it'll get rid of those. Cool. That would have been dumb. Almost as dumb as not putting another charge counter on my core before untapping. Gonna do it. They're gonna respond by drawing a card, but this is 1 card instead of 3. So it's really using a Ratchet Bomb to deny Malfanor 2 card draws. Might as well float mana with them, I suppose. I don't know if Fëanor has anything instant speed, but they're going away. Might as well crack them. Make me worry. Sure. We can downfall or maul that. Both are gonna. Oh, actually, with Prism, we don't need to use a core counter to downfall. Downfall is a sorcery. If we want to use that, we got to do it now. And I think we do. Let's just do that. That's a legit thing to kill. As we look to survive to Ugin. Yeah, maybe I'm holding this mauling too long. ensure the Ugin next turn would be pretty darn good. Although we don't... I got to worry about counters too. Although maybe we drafted all the counters. Hello.
It takes impressive
Well,
knowledge to
as long as the Ugin doesn't get countered, we'll get there. And I don't know... Maybe I need to... Yeah, it was probably a big mistake not to play the Mauling as land, because I think I'm going to do it next turn no matter what. Yeah, Mauling only hits creatures. This does not destroy Teferi, and also Teferi can't self-exile. Like, Teferi's going to be able to save something from Ugin, but we're going to get Teferi with Ugin, so I'm not too worried. Just a lot of value in the meantime. But here we go. So now, well, actually, let's go ahead and scry, and then I can decide if we can hold the Mauling. And I think I forgot to put another counter on my core again, because I just can't seem to do that. All right, let's keep the Gear Hulk underneath and the Swamp on top, and then we can keep the Mauling. Just can't, like... Sometimes blue can mess with the top of your library and mess with your scries, but it looks like we're okay. At least with the current board.
I do love a good puzzle.
We are just going to run Ugin right out there into whatever mana. I mean, like, there's not going to be... We don't have time to find a counter to protect our own Ugin play with, so we are going to just play into blue mana and hope. Yeah, I should charge. Keep forgetting. It's not going to matter. I mean, with the Prism, it doesn't really matter, but, you know, good discipline, good heuristics, good fundamental play, you know. I don't know if it's good or bad for us that Fëanor is tanking on this loot. Thinking. What do you think the decision is? Whatever it is, I bet Fëanor is trying to figure out whether they need to play around Ugin or not. Return. Exile target card from a graveyard. Create a zombie. Okay. Oh, so they did pitch destroy target creature or planeswalker. That's super scary. It does suggest they were thinking about Ugin maybe, but also suggests maybe they have another answer for Ugin. Fëanor knows our deck, knows we have Ugin, knows we're close to it. The pitching of a planeswalker destroyer makes me think that Ugin is not going to live. If we, it's going to die to black removal. That being said, what's the plan? We got to try, and if it survives, maybe it's sorcery speed, and we at least get Teferi off the board. So that's what we're going to try and do. Is it game over on the counter? I don't know how we beat a counter here. It's the counter. The counter.
Ideas, like seconds, are fleeting.
I was promised that I would drub on my younger brother, Fëanor. Such lies. Watch out for the sneaky ones who tell you about how bad their deck is. They're just Woody Harrelsoning you. I'm on to you, Fenor.
I do love a good puzzle.
Exactly. It is a white men can't jump reference. But there is a really good life lesson in that scene, that expectations define our happiness. That if you set expectations too highly and then fail to meet them, you feel sad. When you set your expectations low or reasonably, and then those expectations are met or exceeded, you're happy. So, that's my life lesson to you. Set your expectations low. And fundamentally, that's what that's about. Woody Harrelson sets his expectations low. I'm probably going to lose this. Then when you don't, it's great. We're splitting, and they're keeping... we make a face down and a face up. They're keeping one and putting the other in the yard. So we're going to put... land... What do we care? I'm going to give... This is the best card. I think we're going to put the best card front. Doesn't really matter, though. They're very similar cards. It's just the one... This one is effectively a 2-for-1. Like, it leaves something behind. If we kill this, it's just gone for good. Well, gone for good is a tough thing to say about a card in a game of Magic, but you know what I mean. That's a good way to put it, Niz. I hadn't heard that before, but I like it. Happiness is reality minus expectations. I like it. It's a formulaic way of saying what I just did. We will kill... We kill the Menace or the Death Touch. I think we could kill the Death Touch. Or try. This hasn't worked so far. Naked Tez in response, I suppose, but we gotta make a minus at least, and then Tez isn't close to 2 extra turns. So yes, Tez can save the Gifted Aetherborn here, but in doing so puts 2 extra turns, several turns away. So it's a pretty big cost if Fenor just wants to plus here, untap, and take 2 turns. Oh, is it? Don't control, maybe I don't even know what I'm doing. No, it's got a... Oh, interesting. Yeah. So it can't save your own. Got it. Not a reading stream, as we know, and I'm just proving it.
Don't worry, I'll think of something.
I don't know if we can... This is tight. I'm pretty sure I don't know what I'm doing. I just have powerful enough cards where it doesn't matter most of the time. Aw, that's a big boo. Check out that ultimate, Robert.
Some say I never heard of ya. Don't believe the hype, it's a sequel. Don't believe the hype.
It's creatures only. Pretty sure. Not that I read cards, but I remember it being creature only.
Think fast.
So I don't know how we avoid 2 extra turns, because basically I untap and Teferi can do it on Fëanor's turn. Is 2 extra turns enough? Is that good enough? Like, it's not like Fëanor has some dominating board position or planeswalkers being pumped every time. I think we already used our eliminate. And it's 3 or less, right? So that doesn't work either. 23 to 11 on library. So yes, decking Fëanor is a definite possibility here. Might want to put a stop on my upkeep to Vantress. We have 3 mana left post Vantress. I think I should just draw. Well, with we're about to be facing 3 turns in a row is the thing. It has menace, but Tef could minus to make that not happen. That keeps Tef off ultimate. But here's the thing, like if we go Gear Hulk at Tef and Tef ultimates in response, right, but then we face 1, 2, 3 attacks of just a 5/5. Just a 5/5 alone does 15. Plus whatever, recasting this and then attack, like it's not good. Like we kind of need to leave the Gear Hulk back, as crazy as that is. By my read. So I'm gonna go with the Vantress Scry now. Into the Royal. See? Okay. Maybe. At least that's something that helps us through survive a couple of extra turns. And I guess we can leave Gonti. Yeah, bouncing the token maybe lets us attack. And I like sending at Teferi and then bouncing the token after Fëanor commits to the -10. Okay, well, that's happening anyway, I guess.
Let's slow this down.
I was talking about not attacking when we didn't have the Into the Royal, right? Now we don't need to, no. And I don't even need to necessarily Into the Royal now, but we're gonna need to. They're gonna attack with it. I'm just gonna do it now while shields are down enough. Okay. I'll scoop it up. I'm never accepting another self. What am I looking for? Flagellating self. I'm not hearing it. Not gonna hear it anymore from any of you. Oh, my deck is so bad. I'm gonna lose to your deck, but I'm gonna lose. Self-deprecating. Thank you. You're not sure why Ugin didn't open mana? I mean, we didn't have anything else to do. Like, if we didn't do it there, yeah, I thought both worked. But Fëanor, our hand was what was in our hand? It was just like there was nothing to do. Like if we had 8 mana and nothing else to do. What would you do, Jim? What was the plan? I had no plan. Like, I felt like if we didn't act there, we had no counters. So, well, I can't remember. I shouldn't say I had no counters, so I don't remember anymore. But there was certainly no way to wait. We could not wait until we found... What I remember was saying, well, we can't wait till we find counters. Or, so we can't wait till we find land. Yeah, I can't remember which one. You'd have to look at my hand. I don't know. It sound like I don't remember chat erupting like, no, don't do it. Chat was kind of on board in my recollection that I like, but I also missed stuff. So maybe there were a bunch of people screaming, don't do it, and I didn't see it. I think we talked it through and it was just like, well, we got to try. That was our feeling. But if you're going to play me, I don't want to hear how bad your deck is, okay? Don't tell me how bad your deck is before we play. I don't want to hear it. I'm going to keep this. There were not a lot of counter spells he could have even had. Like, because that's the thing. Like you said, Fenor, that it was only one of 2 counters in your deck. We knew that. Like, we had all the counters. That was another reason to do it. I could Glass Pool here to ensure mana. And I do have a Tome for turn 2. I think I'm just going to Glass Pool and not be greedy here. The lazy part of me wants to scry now to reduce clicks, but if they do something to mill us or something, it would be really bad to have scryed. I don't know if we want land right now. We don't have any swamps. I think we want a swamp before we want to worry about the 1 splash land for our back for more. I'm going to pitch that. And we could scry again. But I'm willing to take some raw rips here as well. Although, I don't know, we're up against red-green. That's pretty aggro. We want to get to the 4 life fast. Yeah, I'll do it again. I'll do it again because of that. 4 life sooner than later, not the worst against that color pair, right? And there's our swamp that we're going to keep on top. I also feel like this is a pretty regular thing. I feel like I start 3-0, 4-0 against chat, and then they always pull off the big comeback. Good job, chat. Downfall is a sorcery, and yeah, we're gonna wait. We can downfall, hold up, capture next turn. I didn't consider another tome activation. I should have. But also I like having the 2 option here. If they don't play something we need to counter, we can draw a card. That's great. Death Touch Indestructible says we've got to counter that. Go away. Gear Hulk is a keep. Just gonna draw naturally here. And we'll Tez it up.
Perfection is attainable.
I'll start making Thopters.
Silent, obedient, perfect.
We got some time. Let's see if... This is also green-red, which handles Planeswalkers with burn, so ticking up is pretty good. I guess maybe... What is... Green doesn't have anything that just gets Planeswalkers, right? Epic Downfall. Yeah, Essence Capture. So Torrential Gearhulk becomes another Essence Capture. Ram Through is that... Yeah, creature. Yeah, no, that doesn't do it. Ram Through doesn't do it if I don't think. This is pretty good that this is Dirt Sleep's play for the turn. It's resilient Kenra, obviously at its best when it can make something big. Boo earns. Knocking it down. Yeah, Domri's Ambush would do it. So, now that our artifact... I mean, we could scry... If we scry, it's because we want to find land for the Gearhulk so that we can counter their next creature spell and surprise with a blocker. I think that's worth it, and I'm going to go ahead and scry here. Really want to find that land, so yeah, I'm going to bin the champ. And we found the land. Nice. I like just drawing a card here, although maybe making a 1/1 is still okay, because they would still, like, send both at Tez. Let's do that.
My device is finished, as are you.
We're not going to get value out of the Essence Capture, and, you know, I think I'm just going to do this. This is fine. I would rather have a counter ready for their next creature than ambush that. Yeah, unfortunately, that's going to do some damage, but Tez should still survive this. Five, six, barely, right? But survives.
Cease this nonsense! How dare you?
So I'm not gonna mess around. I'm gonna Gear Hulk now for no value. Oh, here I can move out of your ways for that. Let me switch to this view for now. Or I can go... Actually, this view kind of works for... showing... Okay, Disfigure, not bad. Although Gonti is going to be our play over the Disfigure. And now I just like drawing, too. If we draw Swamp, we get all of this.
Let's see how you respond to...
Into the Royal, you say. I kind of like holding Disfigure and Into the Royal from this position and saving Gonti. Also not attacking to continue to try to protect Tez. It's worth it. If we can protect Tez, we just draw cards every turn. That's pretty good. I've heard that's all right. What we can do here is like disfigure the resilient Kenra to eat it and bounce the armchair spider, but we'll see how Dirt Sleep wants to attack here first. Could also enter the royal our own Tezzeret to reset its loyalty, but I think we're going to be able to be fine. Yeah, that's my nickname for this. I always see armchair when I'm not in any way, clinically dyslexic, but I do jumble up. It happens a lot that on first glance, I see different words than are actually there. All right, so now we will use it for that and be pretty happy that we have it. Ratchet Bomb is pretty good given their low CMC. This thing's going to make for hefty, but nothing here is very hefty. Anyway, with 6 mana and a vision, we can go... If we go Tez, we can go Tez, draw, potentially bomb. I'm going to do that. Let's Tez, draw, bomb. That's my plan.
I know what must be done.
Or, failing to draw land, we have a Gear Hulk blocking this, and Tez can survive an Ember-Cleaved Spider or Caryatid. At this point, though, maybe we play this as land and keep things moving here. If Tez lives, we're going to have our card draw. I want to get our land so we can cast our spells. If we lose Tez here, that could be sad, but I still like what we got behind. Tezzy Arnez, sure. I didn't mention this play. I should have, but you can see that it doesn't lead to a dead Tez. Now, we can almost get to... if we get to 3 artifacts, we start drawing 2, and we're close. I'm actually going to Gaunty here. We might find an artifact that could change things. So I'm going to start with a Gaunty. No artifact. What's branching evolution? Well, that's a lot of useless stuff. And it's cast, so the land doesn't do anything. It's literally the only choice. That is not a useful card for us. I'm going to go for an artifact token, though, and the Ratchet Bomb I'm going to hold. I'm going to keep Neutralize up, and next turn we can Ratchet Bomb and draw 2 if everything holds here. But with a 5/6 and a fly, I just don't see the need to do anything here except try to protect our position ahead of starting to draw 2 with Tezzeret after we play the bomb. And there you go. Happy to counter that. Got good blocks on everything. No ability for Sleep to put Embercleave on anything. If they have a... never mind. Wait, did I get... How did that... Oh, because it can do for 2. I was thinking this only tapped for 1. That was pretty good. Well, we're still gonna just eat. I don't. We go. We block with the Hulk. The Hulk will trade, and then it will take 4 onto Tez. Sadly, we lose our artifact. We could also pile on for loyalty. Like if I put this on, it's adding loyalty to Tez. I could put Gonti on to further add loyalty to Tez if we thought that's what's important here. We could also potentially, let's see, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. We could just let Tez die. If we save Tez, what are we doing? Because then we really don't have. Then they re-equip the Embercleave. Well, they don't have anything big to put the Embercleave back on. So yeah, it's worth saving Tez. Okay, I'm gonna do it. And I'm gonna use a Thopter as loyalty. Sure. Right on, Lucci. Love it when our YouTube friends manage to come say hi live. Hello, YouTube friends out there not live. Look, it's one of your people here saying hello. Come join us.
A lucky shot.
Land, not really what we wanted to see there, but we got to draw here. We got to do just some drawing now. I can't make 1/1s. Got to find answers.
Brilliance comes easily.
That's an answer. I like it. So we get to bomb. Does this ever do anything for us? I'm thinking this is better to just hide. Hide from Dirt Sleep. But this is good. We have a Hogger Mauling that's instant, so if they go for an Embercleave re-equip, we can take care of that. We can put counters on the Ratchet Bomb and start getting rid of this stuff. With trouble with this, well, I guess they don't have the tools yet to bring this back, but they could. Really good play from Dirt Sleep to find the pressure for Tezzeret. I just didn't see it. I was thinking of Caryatid as a tap for 1, but the 4/4 allowed it to tap for 2 and allowed it to hook up the Embercleave. I also like this because Ratchet Bomb is, you know, put it on the thing that the Ratchet Bomb is closest to, so that, although it does mean we can just take this and, like, we'll let it resolve anyway. It doesn't matter. See what they want to do attack-wise. They might go everything at Tez, in which case we can maul the armchair and then block the Caryatid. Aha! I understand. Dirt Sleep had to go for it. It's kind of similar to me playing the Ugin. I mean, you make arguments, but sometimes you gotta hope they don't have it, right? The charge counter there. Kind of want to get to 3 and just take out this. Oh no, sorry. I was thinking it's 3 to equip, but it's 6 to get dead Embercleave. That's not really going to happen. But look at this. Maybe we'll find another artifact and start drawing 2. No. I like a. It's hey, look, something to do with branching evolution. Make a 3/3 flyer. Are we trying to get to... I kind of like getting Tez up in loyalty anyway. Let's make another token and hard cast Shark Typhoon. Oh, pretty good. Pretty good. Yep, this is gonna kill Tez, so they're going to actually get Tez dead, but then I think we get to really start pushing our advantage from there. But another great play from Dirt Sleep to keep going, keep things living, stay alive. I'm just going to put a counter on the ratchet. One doesn't do anything. Yeah, we just put a counter on the ratchet. And blocking here does nothing, still puts 5 through, so we don't bother blocking.
Don't try that again.
I like that he said, don't try that again, and then immediately got hit with the second part of the double strike. Oh, Skitters, where were you last time for the double draw off Tez? Well, we'll go find a land and make a 3/3, I guess. I'll break the bomb. Maybe I should just break the bomb now, kill this thing, but we're going to get an armchair back. And we could kill that although we're already past it, so we can't get the armchair. Yeah, maybe I should break the bomb before they even untap with Caryatid. Yeah, everything is gas but land, and even the blue rare land would be reasonable. It'd set us up for gasoline the rest of the game. Our Sharky Shark is going to die. Come on, deck! Of course, the land. Well, we got a lot of life, so we have plenty of time to draw our way out of this, but we're losing the game as it sits currently. Falling behind! Ugin, save us! I am nothing without you, Ugin, apparently. And this is 10 a turn. I'm going to just take this right now. Come on, deck. Don't be coy. I'll attack with a flyer. Maybe leave this to chump some damage. I mean, it saves 2, right? I mean, it's just, we can chump to save the life total equal to toughness. Maybe that's not even worth bothering with the 2. And if so, I should just attack. Clock is the same. Doesn't really change our clock either. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. I mean, I guess we could die to something else, but we have disallow for any further atrocities. Collector doesn't seem worth it, though. We're kind of on Ugin outs, and if Ugin handles what they're casting, then I'm not going to bother countering it. I guess it makes a 3/3. That's a reason to do it. Yeah, it's also not 4 power. Big Chandra for the 4-0 into 0-3. This is going to get intervention. Yeah, we're going to disallow that. We could counter the intervention, I suppose, but I don't know that they're going to do it this turn or anything, so I just want to do it. Barely hanging on here. Fetid pools, we're going to cycle that, look for some better action. Oh, stroke. You're going to give me a stroke. I think that's game. I did it. 4-0 to 0-3. I still won the day, but my sweet stomping with control turned into getting stomped. Oh, well, this is this could help. It's still a lot of trample. I don't think we have this. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, maybe we just got to put, I don't know. Putting everything on this, though. What else is there to do? Dirt Sleep. Seems like they're giving me a chance to draw Ugin. Let's see if I can punish him. But are we still dead? Okay, we're still dead. I didn't do the math. Didn't do the math. So yeah, the attacks were perfectly fine because we showed that we had nothing in hand. If we had anything in hand, then I believe Dirt Sleep would have added more to that attack. Well done, chat. I was feeling pretty indestructible, and then you showed me that I was quite destructible. Good work. Well, math is for blockers with choices, is kind of the subtext there. It's kind of like how the 2 is implied when you say Black Lives Matter 2, right? Math is for blockers who have a choice. Good game, Sleep. Thought I was going to get you, but you pulled it out. Nice work. It was that Domri's, the Domri fight card was the big turning point, right? Without that, Tez lives another turn, and I think I end up pulling that one out. Let's hit soapbox here. Thank you so much, YouTube friends, for hanging out. Thank you to everybody who played today. That was really fun. We got to play the Arena Cube, but we used mtgadraft.herokuapp.com to do it. So we didn't spend any of our gems to do so, but still got the full experience, even maybe the better experience. We played in pod. I remember to show my magic, what do you call it, boomer status. I remember when we launched Cube on Magic Online with leagues, with out of pod play, and that had people wigging out because one of the core tenets of Cube design is that you only use one of each card, right? So when you draft and play Cube in pod, nobody has another copy of that card. Like we were able to say, like, and it worked, and it mattered today. I mean, I ended up making the wrong decision because of it, but like I was playing against Fenor, who was in blue-black control, and I had drafted all of the major counterspells from the format. Like there just weren't that many counterspells left. There were some, but we truly saw a huge bulk of the counterspells that are even in the cube. And knowing that Fenor couldn't have them dictated what cards I decided to play when. If we were playing against online true arena experience, I'm playing against randos who might have a card for card match of my deck. So one of the great benefits of doing this is that we get the in-pod play, and it's true, pure, pristine draft as Garfield intended, which is of course silly because Garfield didn't intend draft at all until somebody else came up with it, I think. So anyway, just wanted to point out how great it is to play with you all around here, because we even get the extra bonus of in-pod play. And it, as showed today, does have an impact on strategic decisions. So if you want to have an impact on your strategic decisions for the holiday, you should check out Card Kingdom and their gift guide. They're going to hook you up. Where's my Oni? Wait, did this go? I'm going to put it here. Oh, wait. Ah, never mind. I messed up Oni's. In adding that banner, I messed up Oni's, but Spumoni Works is your other place to go. Spumoni Works is supporting me right now, and you can go to Spumoni Works and use the Go Shopping code to get 15% off and help support this stream. Thank you so much, everybody, and you can always hit a like button there for free, YouTube, right? Thanks. See ya.